Good morning folks, thanks for joining the FFC video workouts. This morning we've got strength and mobility. It's a bit of a slow wave that goes from some gentle stretching into some pretty tough strength moves. So, I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. We're going to start our workout this morning at the top of our mat, or mats. And open up through the chest. Open up through the biceps, open up through the front of the throat, rolling down through each vertebra, fingertips to the floor, then straightening the spine, sticking your butt out, try and stick that chest out, so looking straight ahead there. So rather than having a rounded flexed spine, stick the butt out, stick the chest out, and then we can fold again. Now you can roll through that spine over the backs of your legs. Nice big stretch. Then take those fingertips down to the ground again. Straighten that back, stick the chest out. Nice big breath there. One big breath in. Then take the hands down to the ground, step your right foot back out into a deep lunge. Knee to the ground, you can tuck your toe under. Hands up into the air. Nice big stretch through your hip flexors. Play around with whether you want to pulse forward and backwards or stay in one spot or sink down a little deeper here. Focus on your breath. So today's session you can really continue to bring your focus back to the breath. In through the nose, out through the nose where possible, and as deep as you can. Let's take our gaze over to our left, and then we'll take our hands to follow. Nice big stretch through the right side of the obliques. And back to center, and looking up towards the sky without compressing into your lower back. Keep nice and long, but extending through the spine, looking up. So we are feeling that through the abs. And take a nice big breath in, release those hands. And breathing out, straighten your left leg, taking your hands towards your left shin and forehead all the way down. Breathing into it. Stretch those hands out, get a little bit deeper with this stretch. And release, bend that left knee, bring the hands down on either side of that left foot. Step in with our right foot. Straighten those legs. Nice big stretch through the hamstrings, straighten that chest again. And take those hands down to the ground, step our left foot back into a deep lunge, drop the left knee to the ground, you can tuck the toe under, hands up above your head, and a big stretch. Play around with this position. Where do you feel like you want to be when you're stretching those hips? And sinking down a bit deeper or pulsing around, it's up to you. Focus on that breath. And then we'll take our gaze over to the right side and follow to the right side with our hands. Nice big stretch there. And back to center without compressing that lower back. Look to the sky, lengthen through the spine, feel that stretch through the abs. And then breathing in, coming up, nice tall position. As we breathe out, straighten that right leg. Fold it forward, all the way down. So the head is by the right knee. Maybe lengthen those arms, get a little bit deeper into this stretch. Take a nice deep breath in as we bend that right knee. Right hand, left hand on either side of that right foot. Take the left knee off the ground, bring your left foot in by your right knee. We're going to stay super low here. Take a little bit of pistol grip with your hands and staying down nice and low. We're going to go for 6 breaths here, nice and slow. In and out. 2, try not to hold too much tension around the neck. 3, feeling that heat starting to build up through those legs. 4. 5. Last breath. Take those hands by the legs, hips up into the air. Take a nice breath in as we reach as far forward as we can. And continue that line up to a nice standing position. Open up through the chest. Take our left hand all the way back, right hand forward, looking over that left shoulder. Take those hands together above your head. And apart as we rotate to the right, right hand all the way back. All the way back, hands together. Nice little squeeze and a stretch here. Open up, back to center. Fold with those hips, hands back down to the ground. We'll jump out to a high plank. Hands all the way down, jumping out to that high plank. Beautiful work. Alrighty. From here, hips up to downward facing dog. Right heel into the ground. Big stretch through that right calf here, opening up through the shoulders. Breathing in. And swap it over to the left. Left heel into the ground. And then both heels on the ground. We'll go for a nice spine wave forward. So we start with our lumbar spine flexing, rolling forward as we come into a high plank through the middle back, hunching through our thoracic spine to our high plank. We'll lower ourselves down and into an upward facing dog. If you can, try not to rest on the ground, just lower and up. Nice big stretch. Hips off the ground if possible. Push the shoulder blades down, lengthen through the neck. Take those hips back up and we'll go again 3 more times. Right heel into the ground for a nice deep stretch. Breathe into it. Then left heel down to the ground, right heel off. Breathe into it. Stretch. Both feet on the ground, spine wave forward, all the way. Suck the belly in as we round through the lumbar spine. Into the middle, lower thoracic, and the upper thoracic till we get to that high plank. Lower ourselves down, nose or chin almost touching the ground. And into our upward facing dog. Hips back up, 2 more times. Nice big stretch through the shoulders as well, right heel into the ground. Feel that release of the calves, the ankles, then onto the left side. Both feet on the ground. Roll through that spine all the way forward. Flexion of the lumbar spine to the middle spine to the upper thoracic. Lower ourselves down, almost kissing the ground. And upward facing dog. Big stretch. Hips back up. One more time. Right heel into the ground. Great work, guys. Looking good. And the other side. Left heel into the ground. And both feet down and roll forward. All the way to a high plank. Lower down. Skimming the floor. Upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. From here, we can just simply drop our knees to the ground. We're going to take our palms facing up. I'll turn to face you so that you can see. Fingers in, and we'll go through our clench and extension of our fingertips. So clench it in and extend. And clench. And extend. Let's go 2 more. Clench. And extend. 1 more. And extend. Give them a shake out. Good work. Lots of space between the wrist, the forearms, back down onto all fours. If you like, you can have your fingertips pointing back towards your knees. And we're going to go through a clockwise direction, cat-cow. So drop the chest towards the ground, look up, and we'll go up to the left, into cat stretch, and down on the right side. So big circle, so we're moving not just up and down, but to the side. And we're stretching those wrists as well. Once we get down to that cow stretch, we'll reverse the direction. Up to the right, to the sky, and down to the left. Big rotation. Through the spine, 1 more. Back to center. Keep our fingers pointing back towards our knees, palms facing up, and a nice big stretch. You don't need to put too much weight down through the wrists. If you want to walk those knees up and take even more pressure off those wrists, you can. And we're just going to move forward and backwards gently, stretching those wrists. Good. And once again, we'll shake them off. Hands down onto the ground. Take ourselves back into a high plank. And we're going to do some hops in. So hands out a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Have the fingers slightly turned outwards if you like. And we're going to bend those knees. We're going to jump, bringing our knees together, placing our feet between our hands. We're going to do 4 reps of this, seeing how high, how slow you can do this as well. Up. Once we get in, you can just step it back out. Bend those knees, look between the fingers. 2. Step it out. 3. Last one. Come up to standing after this. And all the way up. Once we come up to standing, keep those toes together. Keep those heels as close together as you can. We're going to go through a deep squat, taking our hands up, knees out wide as we go down for 8 reps. Let's go down. 1 and down. 2. Squeeze those glutes as you come up. 3. Looking good. 4. Nice. All the way up with those hands. 5. 6. 2 more. 7. And 8. Stepping out, shoulder width apart. We're going to go through our stretch. Up, blow all our air out, but as we come up here, adding a jump and back up. Have a go at that. If you feel uncomfortable doing the jump, just the swing. So blow out all the air, lots of momentum as we sweep the floor, hips up nice and high. Let's go for 8. 1, 2, 3, beautiful. 4, 5, 3 more. 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful work. All right, we're moving into our strength section. Taking our right foot up. We're going to go into pistol squat. So whether you're going all the way down or just sticking your butt out, or maybe try to reach the floor here, going as deep as you can. As we come out of that into an L-sit, knee as high as we can. Extend that leg out. Rond de jambe with that leg into arabesque. Bend that leg. Stretch as we go down. As we come back up, straighten off these hips. Drop your right foot down into a low lunge. Forward and backwards for 3. And then coming back up and going again. We're going to do about 4 reps with this work. So starting with our pistol squat or our variation of, let's go. Down. It's a lot of work for the supporting leg. A lot of balance as we come up into the L-sit. Bring that knee as high as you can. Out. And bring it all the way back to arabesque. Bend that leg and stretch. That supporting hamstring. Feel that balance to your legs. As we come up, square off those hips. Drop that right foot back down into a lunge. Stay as low as you can as we take the right foot forward and back for 3. Forward, back for 2. Forward, back for 3. Coming back up and into a pistol squat, staying on the same leg. Let's go. We come into our L-sit. And around to our arabesque. Bend that leg. Stretch. Up we come, square off those hips. Down into our lunge. As low as we can. 1, 2, and 3. Number 3 rep. Down we go. Up we come to our L-sit. Rond de jambe. Arabesque with a bent leg and stretch. Coming up, squaring off those hips. Dropping that right leg down into the lunge. Forwards, backwards for 1. Forwards, backwards for 2. Forwards and backwards for 3. Up we come for our last rep. Down into our pistol squat. Up we come into our L-sit. extension all the way around to our arabesque. Bend that leg, stretch that supporting hamstring. Whew. Coming up, square off those hips, down into a lunge. Try not to lose your balance. And 1, and 2, whew, and 3. My left glute is working hard. Shake off that left leg. Whew. Alrighty, give it a good shake off. Feeling that heat now. Alrighty, onto the other side. Left foot comes off the ground into our pistol squat or variation of. To our L sit. To our arabesque. The bent leg. Stretch that right hamstring. Up we come, square off those hips into our lunge. 3 reps. 1, as low as you can go. 2. 3. Beautiful work. Alrighty, back to the pistol squat. Whew. And up we come. And out I'll sit. All the way around. Bend that leg in that arabesque. Stretch that right hamstring. As we come up, square off the hips to that lunge. 3 reps. 1. 2. That supporting foot is working so hard to keep this balance. 3. Same with that right glute. 3rd rep. Down we go. Up we come. Beautiful work. Good balance there. That's good. I'll sit all the way around. Arabesque with the bent leg. Stretching that supporting hamstring. As we come up, square off the hips, down to the lunge. And forward, backwards for 1. Forward, backwards for 2. Forward, backwards for 3. Up we come. This must be our last rep. Down into our pistol squat. Up we come into our L sit. On the Zoom. Bent leg arabesque. Stretch that supporting leg. Up we come, square off the hips. Into our lunge. Last 3. 1. 2. And 3. Youch. Coming up nice and tall. Give that leg a shake out once you've done that. That was tough. Alrighty, bring those feet back together. Open up through the chest. Moving to our upper body. Fold at the hips, straight it back. As we go down, hands to the ground. Jumping out to a high plank. Here, keep the elbows tight as we go through some super slow push-ups, 8 reps. If you need to drop to your knees, only use that on the way up and then back onto your toes to lower yourself down. 8 reps, nice and slow. And let's go down. And up. Focus on your breath. 1. As you get to the top, bring yourself back down. Imagine your set of lungs. Inhaling and exhaling without any rest or stopping. It's just moving fluidly in and out. 3rd rep. down, and up for the 4th rep. Keep those abs tight. Move it slower if you're finding that you're having to rest at the top. Try and move even slower. Let's do 3 more. One. 2. Last one. 3. So we finish this top one, roll our way all the way down to the ground, resting our chest on the ground, taking our hands behind our back, clasping those fingers and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the sternum off the ground and back down for 8 reps, lifting nice and high. Pull those shoulder blades together, up and down for 1. Up and down for 2. Up. Big stretch through the throat, through the chest and shoulders. 4. And down. 5. And down. 6. And down. 2 more. 7. As high as you can. And down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And 8. And down. Hands back underneath the shoulders. Push ourselves to a high plank. This is tough. This next exercise, we'll lower ourselves as low as we can to the ground. That may, for some of you, be straight arms. Your arms might be already dead. We're taking our knee to our right elbow or right tricep. So if it's up here, move all the way up. That's 1 rep, then onto the other side. But we're aiming to go as low as we can. Hold it without resting. 1, and then onto the other side. We've got 10 reps of these. Let's do it. So find that position which is as low as you can go. And then into it. 1 rep. Without a rest. 2 reps. Keep those knees and the chest off the ground. 3. 4. 5. 6. Doing well. Keep it slow and controlled. 7. Almost there. 8. 9. And 10. Bring it back up to a high plank. And from here, we can lower ourselves down to the ground. Arms were screaming then. Alrighty, WY extensions, out, in, down. 10 reps, almost there. Let's go. Up, out, in, 10. Up, out, in, 9. Up, out, in, 8. Up, a little higher with those wrists. 7. Up, a little higher with that sternum. In, 6. Up, out, in, 5. Up, out, in, 4. Up, out, in, 3. Up, out, in, 2. And up, out, in, and 1. one. Beautiful work there, guys. Take your left hand out to the side. Bend that left elbow at 90 degrees. Keep that left elbow attached to the ground, and let's go into our cactus stretch. Taking our right foot over. Nice big stretch, opening up through the chest. And let's go on to the other side. Back to center. Push yourself back through child's pose. Walk those fingers forward. Move around through the rib cage. Find a nice stretch through your lats, through the shoulders. Enjoy it. Breathing. For those that need to take off now, thank you so much for joining me. Please do stretch throughout the day through your hips and your quads. For those that can stick around, bring yourself up onto all fours into a nice cat-cow stretch. Stretch through the spine, straight up and straight down. Looking all the way up, trying to feel that stretch through the front of the throat. We'll go one more. As we come up out of this, hips up through downward facing dog. Right foot up into the air as high as you can. Left heel into the ground. Then open up that right hip. And take that right foot behind you so you're really stretching as far as you can. Feel that through the obliques. Open up through the shoulders. And then as we bring that right foot down, we'll bring it forward into pigeon pose. Taking that right ankle by your left wrist. Down as deep as you can. Walk those hands out all the way. Big stretch. Breathing into it. Enjoy this opening up. Move the body into different positions where you can feel that stretch deeper, where you may need it more. And as we're going into these slow stretches, try and stay in your body and stay conscious with listening to what it needs. Alrighty, coming up out of that, kick that right foot back up into the air. Left heel down and swap onto the other side. Right heel into the ground as we take the left foot as high as we can possibly go. Then open up through the hips for a big stretch. And feeling that stretch to the obliques. And then as we bring that left foot forward into pigeon, take that left ankle by the right wrist. And down onto the ground, fold it forward, stay connected with this stretch, breathe into it and enjoy it. coming up out of the stretch, hands to the ground, kick that left foot back up into the air. As we bring our foot back down, we can drop our knees to the ground and then spin onto our backs. Palms of the feet, or maybe even soles of the feet together, knees out wide. You can take your hands down onto the insides of your thighs to open up those hips if you like. And just focusing on that breath, breathing into the point just below your belly button. Feeling the rise and fall of the belly, slowing it down, in and out through the nose. Slowly extending your left foot out to a straight leg and taking your right knee bent across the body. Left hand onto that right knee, looking back over your right shoulder, continuing that breath. Straighten that right leg out, bend that left knee, drop it across the body, right hand onto that left knee, looking back over that left shoulder. And release. Slowly coming up to a seated position, cross legs or whatever is comfortable for you. And we'll finish off with a stretch through our neck, taking our right hand up and over, grabbing our left ear, drop that right shoulder down, and the right ear towards that right shoulder. And onto the other side. And the left hand up and over, grabbing that right ear, drop that left shoulder down as we take the left ear to that left shoulder. And release. Folks, thank you so much for being here and putting in the hard work. That was a tough one, so thank you for getting through it with me. Hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoy the workout, and I'll see you soon.